Hi parents, I want to give a few tips on teaching textbooks. I'm going to go through just a couple of things that we do at the schoolhouse with the kiddos and hope that it will help when you are working with them at home. So the first thing that I want to just go over is to make sure that you know that when we are at the schoolhouse, we always, when they have finished their lessons, we always make them check in with us, with a teacher, showing them, number one, that they completed the lesson and what their score was. And so what it looks like when we do that is we are looking to find the date that they completed their lesson and then what their score was. And if the score is low, we know we need to jump in with them and go over some of those questions to make sure they know why they got them wrong. And the way that we do that is we go to view the lesson.
Practice A.
And we jump to this view under lecture and problems. And from this view, we can see the exact problems that they got wrong. We can go and click on the ones that are red.
Problem 7. Multiply this pair of numbers.
And here is the problem. Then this red tabbed arrow is really important. So I'm going to click on that, and it tells me what their answer was. It tells what the correct answer is. And then it gives me a video, a button that I can push to watch the solution. And this is really important. So we have them do this there. So if this is just an extra step, and so sometimes just for accountability purposes, you do have to just kind of sit with them to make sure they're taking those steps to follow through. So they watch the solution.
Multiply 7/20 times 1/4, and we need to multiply the tops and multiply the bottoms. On top, 7 times 1 is 7, and on the bottom, 20 times 4 is 80.
Okay, so literally he's gonna go through the whole steps, and they should be able to understand it by the end of this video, or it's refreshing their memory. If for whatever reason they are still struggling and need more help, then what you're going to do is you're going to see that this lesson was first taught in lesson 54, and you are just going to flip over to lesson 54 and have them watch the lecture from lesson 54, because that means that they missed it the first time and they need to go watch this lesson again. And so you can go to lecture, or no, sorry, you're going to go to home.
So we have...
And then you're just going to flip to lesson 54. Takes a minute, but you'll get there. Then you're going to say view the lesson. It'll load. And as soon as it loads, you're going to click on view the lecture. You have to go to lecture and problems and then watch the lecture. And so again, just for accountability purposes, it's important that sometimes you're sitting with them to make sure that they are watching the lecture and that they're not missing it during that. Because you can pause the lecture, then you can, sometimes you just take over and teach it instead. Once you, understand what's being covered, you can jump in there and kind of bridge the gap for them. So this is, probably the best tips that I have for how to stay with them and knowing what's going on. The parent view is it's good for the controlling the stickers and things like that, and you can see their grade book from there, but the way to support them is through their view on the student login. And so that's why I recommend looking at it through that login. The other thing I wanted to note is that if you really prefer a textbook style, they do offer this ebook here, and you can look at any lesson in textbook style. It's all organized by lesson. It's just going to download, but it's going to give you everything there in this kind of format. So I hope this helps.